everybody, it's Greg with Technically Speaking, and I'm back again this week talking about, yet again, the Google Pixel Buds. I promise you nobody's more surprised than we are that we are still talking about the Pixel Buds. There's just a ton of really bad, incorrect information that is being put out there by these otherwise reputable resources like Ars Technica and Gizmodo that have just verifiably wrong information in their reviews around cross-platform capabilities. So which other platforms will the Pixel Buds work on? And then how does that compare to kind of what other people are holding up as the gold standard, the Apple AirPods? So stick with me, we'll break all of that down. We'll talk about why the big publications like Ars Technica and Gizmodo are wrong, show you exactly which things work and which things don't work, and hopefully help you make a better informed purchasing decision. All right, before we dig in, let's lay down some ground rules. We will test both the Pixel Buds and the Apple AirPods on a variety of platforms, including Android, iOS, Chrome OS, Mac OS, and Windows. For each device that we test, we will not be unpairing from the previously paired device, and you'll see why that matters in just a minute. So when we're talking about Android phones, we first have to differentiate between something that works on Android and something that quick pairs to Android. According to Google, you only need a device that's running Android 5.0, which is Lollipop, or later to use the headphones, Android 6.0, which is Marshmallow if you want to use the assistant with the headphones, or Android 7.0, which is Nougat if you want to use quick pairing. Now, quick pairing is a new feature that is supposed to allow Bluetooth devices to pair faster and more easily, and when it works, it's pretty awesome. Now, I personally have had problems with the quick pairing feature on my Nexus 6P with the Google Pixel Buds. It simply doesn't work reliably. Now, I've talked to Scott about this, I've tried to demo it for him, and of course, the one time that he took a look at it is the one and only time out of probably 30 attempts that it actually worked. And please believe he is not letting me forget that anytime soon. Keep in mind though that if quick pairing doesn't work, you can always pair manually. And in that case, which is what I have to do on my 6P, the Pixel Buds work exactly as advertised. Now, the Gizmodo article has this hilarious line at the end where they talk about how much more capable the AirPods are on Android and the fact that they actually work. Now we have to kind of tease apart like what does works means. First of all, quick pairing does not work. Also, you can't use any gestures like tap and hold or double tap to enable the assistant, and none of the gestures work. You can double tap to play and pause, and that's really it. So I'm not a mathematician, but I'm pretty sure that that means that the AirPods are in fact less capable on Android than the Pixel Buds. On iOS devices, obviously the AirPods work amazingly well with pretty much all Apple devices. And I'm definitely not arguing that the Pixel Buds beat the AirPods natively on iOS, because right out of the gate, there's still no quick pairing with the Google headphones. However, once you are manually paired up, all gestures on the Pixel Buds work, including the tap to hold on the right earbud to enact Siri, and I didn't have to unpair them to make them work. So both Gizmodo and Ars Technica are verifiably, provably wrong. Did you guys even review the same headphones that we did? I mean, it doesn't really seem like it. Now, AirPods on iOS seems to be the gold standard by which everyone compares all other headphones, which I totally get. The pairing process is fast and easy, it's super duper simple, and once you're connected, all the gestures just plain work, which is exactly what you would expect on an Apple product. Okay, so here we have a brand new Pixelbook. This is the model that was announced at the same time as the Pixel Buds. So you would assume that everything just works, right? You would assume incorrectly. Not only that, but the Pixelbook actually has the least number of features working when compared to all the other platforms that we tested the Pixel Buds on, which is just insane to me. Not only does quick pairing not work, but even once you're manually paired, all you can do is adjust the volume. That's it. You still can't enact the assistant, and pretty much all of the other features for the Google Pixel Buds are right out the window at that point. So I'm genuinely confused by this because I thought that this was the entire purpose. This whole scenario is exactly why Google started the entire Made by Google initiative. And if you look at the Twitter handle for Made by Google, there's a phrase on there that even says devices that work together to make life run smoother. So to me, this seems like a big miss. AirPods give you basically the exact same experience. It's a pair of basic Bluetooth headphones, minimal gestures. You get the double tap to play and pause. You can't enact the assistant, and no quick pairing, of course. We tested the Pixel Buds on a 2010, 2016, and 2017 MacBook Pro, none of which had Quick Pair, which again isn't terribly surprising. You'll notice a theme. We were able to get basic gestures to work on the 2010 MacBook Pro, which is still on El Capitan, but anything running Sierra or later can use the Pixel Buds to call up Siri in addition to the gestures, which is really surprising given how adamant all of these reviewers were that they absolutely could not get their Pixel Buds to work on their computer. For being well inside of the infamous Apple walled garden, I was really surprised that I didn't have quick pairing between the MacBooks and the AirPods. But once I manually paired them, I was able to use gestures and call up Siri. So I've got that going for me, which is nice. On Windows, like all the other platforms that we tested, the Pixel Buds had to be manually paired, and then basic gestures worked on the Windows 10 laptop that we tested on. But it still lacked the functionality to call Cortana. Although there's no quick pair right now, that may not always be the case, as some of the newest developer preview builds of Windows 10 do have a quick pair technology enabled. Now, it's still way too early to tell whether or not the Windows quick pair would support Apple and or Android quick pairing, but I do feel that this is a step in the right direction. Now, after manually pairing, the AirPods were able to double tap to play and pause, but lacked any way to either do quick pairing or call up Cortana, which no one really cares about because no one uses it. To be clear, I'm just kidding. I mean, Cortana's fine. It's just not quite as powerful as Google Assistant or Siri or Alexa or Bixby. All right, so here's the final score. And as you can see, it's really not as bad as what a lot of the reviewers would have you believe. Are they perfect? No, definitely not. But you know what else isn't perfect? The Apple AirPods. All right, that's going to do it for this week. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by to check out the video. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you aren't already aware, because we talk about it all the time, please check back every Friday around 7:30 Eastern. We do a live show with Scott and I where we talk about kind of the week's happenings in tech. It's much more opinion-oriented. It's basically just a vehicle for Scott and I to argue about technology. So if you want to see some live shenanigans, please definitely stop by. We post it on Twitter pretty regularly, or you will see it in the coming events down on our YouTube channel. Thank you all again, and I will see you all next time.